and we hurt people? Do you know what we do when we promise people and we break the promise? All the blessings we got will now go to that person. Very simple maths. You think you're robbing the person, and the person is taking all your blessings. Because you have hurt the person, you have oppressed the person, you have persecuted the person. When you lie, make promises, break the promises, in dealing with people and matters, that's it. You know what's the consequences? Hear what Allah says is the consequences. Anyhow, let me tell you the English first, and then we go into the Arabic, so you got it. Very serious matter. When you lie, lying is one thing. It's a different sin. When you promise and you make an oath that, yes, I am going to do this, which is a double lie. Now you promise and you lie. I'm going to do this. People lie to their wives, their children, their family members, neighbors, employees, employers. Now forget the lie. Let me switch from lie. The promises. You promise to do this. You make an oath. Now that is a serious consequences. When you don't fulfill that, in the Quran, in Surah Al-Ma'idah, chapter 5, verse 89, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that you got to feed 10 miskin. 10 poor people you got to feed. I think some of us might be feeding 10 people every day. Because some of us break promises every day. This is Quran. This is not Shafayat's idea, you know. Please don't miss that point and say, well, I don't like what Shaikh Shafayat said. I don't care if you like it or you don't like it. You got to put it in your pipe and smoke it anyhow. This is Quran, chapter 5. Take the khutbah after, listen to it. And we live in a world of that. I tell you already how presidents lie in campaign and election. I see Muslims lying like that. We should not do that. And don't spoil your Ramadan. And I'm telling our viewers worldwide, our Muslims worldwide, Hikmat TV, Facebook, wherever, YouTube, don't spoil your Ramadan. You're fooling yourself by starving all day, lying and making promises and not fulfilling it, doing all these big iftar as a show. Don't fulfill the promises. Don't make Ramadan a big cultural thing. It is not. It is a spiritual opportunity to energize our iman. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says here in chapter 5, verse 89. La yu'akhidhukum Allah bil-lagwi fi aymanikum. So Allah says, well, He doesn't hold you to a promise if you just do gossip. You know, like two boys hanging out. Hafiz Munir and Hafiz Fiyaz and Hafiz Munir say, hey boy, okay, let's make a chase here. Let's see who could beat who. If you beat me, I'm going to give you this. Well, in your little old talk and your joke amongst yourself, and he knows you're joking and you're not really serious. If it's a joke, well, mashallah. If it's a joke. But if you make a promise and say, brother, if you go to study Islam, I promise that I will sponsor you to become a Hafiz and pay your whole 7 years school fees. And you don't fulfill the promise, there got some consequences. If you tell your wife, marry me, I will give you such and such and such in addition to the mahar. I promise you, dear wife, please, I will build you a house for this, I'll build you that, I'll build you that. And then you lie after you get married. That's a promise you broke. You got some consequences. That's why you see a lot of us make promises. But we're praying and we're doing whatever, and we want to know why we're not seeing the fruits. Because it's going on all the promises and lies we made. So Allah says, if it's just a joke and it's just lagwa. You know lagu bagu? You guys hear about lagu bagu? Lagu bagu is bikar bakhwas talk. When people just talk lagu bagu. Lagu bagu, waste talk. See, if it's just waste talk, no problem. Sometimes when people drink too much alcohol, they talk. It's called rum talk. When they eat too much food, it's called food talk. They get intoxicated by eating too. So when they eat, they talk a lot of garbage. When they fast all day, they don't talk because they're hungry. When they eat, it's food talk. So after iftar, Brother Azad, you may hear a lot of gossip because people's stomach are filled. So the air is coming out in sounds, and it echoes in words. Food goes in, air comes out. Garbage, gossip. Okay? 2. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says here, وَلَكِنْ يُؤَاخِذُكُمْ بِمَا أَقَّدْتُمُ الْأَيْمَانِ. But Allah will hold you. And Allah is saying He will hold you to it. When you make an oath on something, and you are deliberate on that oath, and you tell someone, I promise, like how some Muslims pledge when Ramadan comes, I pledge to sponsor the kids for the Hufaz students, and when a year goes through, we don't see them. We don't see them nor see their pledge. Oh, you know that, eh? I have people pledging Al Hikmat dinner for 2-3 years. I don't see them and I don't see the money. And sometimes when I see them, I get a smile and I smile back too. So I'm richer than them because I just give them the equal smile they give me. Promise and you don't fulfill. Promise to do something for the sake of Allah, whatever, family. You know the sad thing though, when people promise family and friends and materialistic things, they fulfill it. When they promise for Allah and Akhirah, when nobody sees, they don't fulfill it. And that's where the jeopardy lies. Because you will have to pay for it in the hereafter.